China, a land of immense beauty and historical significance, has often been marked by the cruel hand of nature's fury. Among its many natural calamities, floods have been a recurring nightmare for the Chinese people throughout history. The backdrop of this horrifying tale was the Yangtze River Basin, which holds the ignominious distinction of being one of the world's most flood-prone areas. The Yangtze River, often referred to as the Mother River of China, flows through the heartland of the country, irrigating its fertile plains but also posing a constant threat when it overflows its banks. With abnormally high levels of rainfall throughout the Yangtze River Basin. Winter snows in the mountains feeding into the river had been unusually heavy, setting the stage for disaster as temperatures rose in the spring and summer months. This excessive precipitation, coupled with the melting snow from the mountains, caused the Yangtze River to swell to unprecedented levels. The riverbanks and dikes were ill-prepared for such an onslaught, further exacerbating the situation. While nature played a significant role in this terrible flood, the human factor cannot be ignored. Decades of deforestation, inadequate maintenance of dikes, and the relentless expansion of settlements along the riverbanks had severely compromised the region's resilience to flooding. The Chinese government, weakened by political turmoil and internal conflicts, was ill-equipped to respond effectively to the disaster. Local officials were often more concerned with saving face than with addressing the needs of the suffering population. As the summer rains continued relentlessly, the Yangtze River began to swell beyond its banks. The dikes, already in a state of disrepair, crumbled under the immense pressure, unleashing torrents of water onto the surrounding plains. The floodwaters surged through towns and villages, inundating homes, fields, and factories, and claiming countless lives. The scale of destruction was staggering. Millions of people were displaced from their homes, and entire communities were submerged beneath the brown, swirling waters. Crops were destroyed, leading to widespread famine, and waterborne diseases began to spread rapidly. The human toll was equally horrifying. Conservative estimates put the death toll at around 140,000, but some sources suggest it could have been much higher, possibly exceeding 1 million. Millions more were left homeless and destitute, struggling to find food, clean water, and shelter in the aftermath of the flood. News of the terrible flood in China spread beyond its borders, prompting an international response. Relief efforts were organized by various countries and organizations, including the American Red Cross, which provided much-needed aid to the beleaguered Chinese population. The aftermath of the flood also prompted a broader discussion about China's vulnerability to natural disasters and the need for long-term solutions to mitigate future calamities. This discourse laid the groundwork for future efforts to strengthen China's infrastructure and disaster response mechanisms. The 1931 China floods left a profound and lasting impact on the nation. The Chinese government, under the leadership of Chiang Kai-shek, was forced to confront the devastating consequences of its own neglect and mismanagement. Efforts to strengthen dikes and improve flood control measures gained renewed urgency. In the years that followed, significant investments were made in flood control infrastructure, including the construction of the massive Three Gorges Dam, which was completed decades later. These projects aim to harness the power of the Yangtze River while protecting the population from its wrath. The 1931 flood also had political repercussions. It exposed the weaknesses of the ruling nationalist government and contributed to the overall instability of the era. The Chinese Communist Party, led by Mao Zedong, used the disaster as a rallying cry for the rural poor, positioning themselves as champions of the people against a corrupt and ineffective government.